Hi there. My name is Dr. Diallo. I'm an academic coach at a local elementary school. As a testing expert from study.com, I am here to help you prepare for the FTCE Test Code 083 exam, which is the Professional Education Test exam. This problem set covers the subtopics of knowledge of relevant continuous professional improvement. I will walk you through a few sample test questions, and we will go over how to answer the questions along with a few other test taking strategies. Let's take a look at problem number 1. To effectively address the root cause of a student's frequent disruptions in class, which of the following methods would provide the most insight into the student's behaviors? Choice A, behavior logs documenting specific incidents and patterns. B, classroom seating charts. C, standardized test performance. Or D, textbook completion records. Let's talk about why these choices would be good or not such a good choice. So A behavior log might be a very good choice, especially one that would document incidents and patterns, because behavior logs are detailed records that capture specific incidents of misbehavior and any patterns that may emerge over time. They usually help us identify triggers, the frequency of behaviors, and the context of the student's misbehavior, allowing the teacher then to understand the underlying causes and tailor interventions effectively. So A may very well be a great choice. However, let's look at the other choices as well. B, classroom seating charts. This is usually what a teacher uses to lay out the classroom arrangement of where students will sit in the classroom. And while preferential seating may be a good alternative intervention to try with a student having behavior problems, this does not allow for the documentation or insight into the student's behavior, so this may not be the best choice. C, standardized test performance. The way that a student performs on a test does not show any bearing on their behaviors in the classroom, so therefore that would also not be the best answer. And then D, the textbook completion records. That wouldn't necessarily help us either, because textbook completion records just show us basically how a student is doing in the textbook activities and the records that are kept to go along with that student's achievements. So this would not be the best answer either. Our best choice possible for this question is going to be A, behavior logs documenting specific incidents and patterns. Problem number 2 says, after attending a professional development workshop on reading, a teacher discovers that current reading strategies are not effectively enhancing student academic achievement. What is the most appropriate next step to improve student outcomes? Our choices are A, align classroom activities with the school improvement plan. B, request assistance from a reading coach. C, correlate reading strategies with the district curriculum checklist. And D, ask a grade level team member for help. Let's discuss these options because all of them are good choices. However, we know that we must find the one single best answer for the answer choice. So A, aligning classroom activities with the school improvement plan. This is a very large and broad task that needs to be done. And normally classroom activities are somewhat aligned to the school improvement plan, and it's really more part of the big picture rather than a single thing to do to follow up from a staff development training. So A is probably not the best answer. Let's talk about B, requesting assistance from a reading coach. So most schools now are equipped with reading coaches who are specialized and have training to provide targeted support with expert advice to refine reading strategies. And they can help you address specific challenges in improving student achievement. They can also offer tailored strategies, resources, and ongoing feedback to assist you with instruction. So this may very well be the best answer choice. Let's read the other two choices first. C, correlate reading strategies with the district curriculum checklist. While many districts probably do already follow this practice of having a curriculum checklist that teachers can follow, this would not be a follow-up activity to follow some type of training that you receive about student achievement. So therefore, this may not be the best possible answer. And then there's D, ask a grade level team member for help. This is always going to be a best practice, asking someone else for help that's on your grade team that may very well have more experience than you. However, answer B, requesting help from the reading coach, is probably your best advice because they are able to provide that ongoing support and feedback tailored specifically to the reading needs of students. So therefore, the best possible answer for this question is B, request assistance from a reading coach. To effectively identify areas of need in the curriculum, a teacher reviews various types of data. Which of the following would provide the most comprehensive insight into curriculum effectiveness? Our answer choices are A, analyzing student performance on standardized tests, B, reviewing students' homework assignments, C, observing classroom interactions, or D, collecting feedback from students about their interests. Let's talk about these choices. So A, analyzing student performance on standardized tests, will definitely provide a broad and objective measure of student learning across the curriculum. Analyzing these results can highlight specific areas where students are excelling or struggling, indicating where the curriculum may need adjustment for the teacher to make in the classroom. So this could very well be the best answer choice. However, we need to be sure to read and get rid of the other answer choices that may not be the best fit. B, reviewing students' homework assignments. Reviewing a homework assignment doesn't really show us anything other than what the student did at home, and they possibly had some help with the activity that they were doing. Therefore, we're not really sure how effective the curriculum is based on their homework assignments. This is not the best choice. Or answer choice C, observing classroom interactions. Simply observing the interactions that students are having in the classroom doesn't really give us any information on the effectiveness of the curriculum. C would not be the best answer choice. And finally, D, collecting feedback from students about their interests. Collecting feedback from students about their interests is an important part of building relationships in the classroom. However, it doesn't lend itself to very much information about the effectiveness of curriculum. Therefore, that also would not be a good choice. The best answer for this question is A, analyzing student performance on standardized tests. A teacher wants to increase parent and guardian involvement in a classroom project that supports student learning. Which of the following strategies would be most effective for encouraging active participation from a diverse group of parents and guardians? A, scheduling a single large event at the end of the year where parents and guardians can view the completed project. B, providing a suggestion box in the school lobby for parents and guardians to submit ideas about classroom projects. C, organizing a series of small, informal meetings throughout the school year where parents and guardians can discuss their ideas and participate in project planning. Or D, sending home a general letter inviting parents and guardians to volunteer in the classroom with no specific details about the project. Let's talk about the answer choices. A, scheduling one single large event at the end of the year is not necessarily getting help from the parents throughout the year and allowing you to build those relationships. So A is not the best choice. B, providing a suggestion box in the school lobby, while that may be a good strategy at the beginning of the year just to get ideas about the classroom project, this is also not the best answer. We're looking for an increase with parent and guardian involvement in the classroom. So just getting their feedback in the school lobby is not going to be actual participation in the classroom. Therefore, B is not the best answer. C, however, organizing a series of small, informal meetings throughout the school year where parents and guardians can discuss their ideas and participate in project planning is definitely going to be the best option because this allows them to not only engage with the project, but they can also contribute their ideas on an ongoing basis. This approach helps build relationships and it fosters continuous involvement. So therefore, problem 4, the best answer for this one is probably going to be C. However, let's look at D as well. Sending home a general letter inviting parents and guardians to volunteer in the classroom is a definite good starting point. However, because you are not including any details about the project in the letter, this is not allowing the parent to give feedback or input, and it does not assist you in building the relationships. Therefore, the best possible answer for this question is going to be C, organizing a series of small informal meetings throughout the school year where parents and guardians can discuss their ideas and participate in project planning. Well, I hope you found that video to be helpful. Be sure to check out more videos on this channel. Please remember to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our awesome content. You can also get a lot of helpful information from our website at study.com. As a member, you can access short, targeted video lessons, extra study materials, and personalized study plans with hundreds of practice problems. We'd love to hear your feedback and about your experience, so please be sure to tell us what you think. Wishing you all the very best of luck on your test. Good luck!